My mic is up. My mic is up. Oh, doesn't that isn't her voice great? Caitlin Carey. She's local. She's from here, Carol. She's from here. Caitlin Carey. You know who she used to play with? Ryan Adams. She's like, what? Who? Why are you so lesbian sometimes? He was one of the great country punk stars that Raleigh's ever produced. Just kidding about the lesbian stuff. Yeah. Oh! Caitlin Carey's great. She's got a great voice. And you're watching Monkey Time. We're live. It's Wednesday, September 11th. Moment of silence, Carol. Moment of silence. Okay. I remember that day well. Remember it well. Got a phone call from my friend JB. She said, Todd, you watching television? All right. We're not going to talk much about 9/11. We're going to talk about Obama and Syria. We're going to talk about William Peace College. But more importantly, you can call 996-6775. There it is right there. Oh, okay, so we did hopscotch. Carol, 3 thoughts. You ready? 3 hopscotch thoughts, real fast. Number 1, volunteer. Volunteer. It's great. I did a 6-hour shift on Thursday, taking wristbands, scanning things, and then got a 3-day pass for free. How's that, Carol? That's pretty awesome. I got to see the bands Thursday. I got off at 10. Friday, Saturday. If your shift is Friday or Saturday, you can still get, you can get 2 days and, then blah, blah, blah. Volunteer next year, monkeys. I saw some skate kids running away from the cops downtown Saturday. I told them about volunteering. They were like, what? What? Really? What? I'm telling you, volunteer next year for Hopscotch. They always need people. Get your name in early, like January, February, March, something like that. Go to their website as soon as they start announcing the lineups or tickets on sale, and click volunteer, and it's the easiest $150 I ever made. Promise. Second point, Carol, you ready? My neighborhood email list, was I not moving my mouth then? was I talking? I'm a ventriloquist, see? You just get, my puppet is invisible. So I noticed a lot of my neighbors who are, my age, relatively old, didn't really do much with hopscotch. And I suspect, here's the thing, Carol, I suspect a lot of folks think hopscotch is just for noise and metalheads, rockers, loud, obnoxious rock. Carol, you could have stitched together a complete all folk music weekend at Hopscotch. You could have stitched together a complete all electronic dance weekend at Hopscotch. You could, oh yeah, indie pop, she asked. What are you talking? Yes, lots and lots of indie pop. Down in the Kennedy Center, there was a great band below John Cale. Oh, what's their name? I forget. They're on Merge. But they came over from Europe, and they were sitting there at midnight on Friday or 10 o'clock on Friday, Saturday, something, saying, well, it's 9 a.m. in Spain right now. It was great. They're like, forgive us, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and we decided to spend the weekend in America. Isn't that great? That's great. So anyway, you could stitch together, and old people, listen to me, old people, hopscotch is good for you too. Tons and tons of interesting, oddball, folky, quiet, gentle. Carol, I went for the gentle stuff because I'm bald. Do you see that? You see how bald I am? I stitched together, that was my criterion for hopscotch. That was my criterion for hopscotch. Will it blow out my eardrums or not? And if it not, I went. But then I went and saw the Japanese noise band Merzbow. It's one guy, he's the premier noise practitioner in the United States, or in the world, what am I saying? He's Japanese. And here it brings me to my third point, Carol, you ready? Earplugs. Earplugs. I cannot tell you, Carol, I cannot tell you how many people were in this room at King's with this Japanese noise guy full blast, like fuller than full, like waves, like overtones, and you started hearing pulses in the noise. The noise was itself making noise.
Turned up to 11.
That's how it was turned up to 11. Carol says he's right. No, seriously, at a certain point, once the barrage hits, what you start getting is something called overtones, right? And then you start feeling these pulses and waves, and it's like you're underwater, and explosions are happening, 5 feet away from you, and the waves are hitting your body and your ears. And that's a great, wonderful feeling, except if you're not wearing earplugs. The girl next to me at one point, Carol, she was cowering like this. Like this, both hands, like this. I'm serious. This was this girl standing next to me at Mertzbau at Hopscotch. She was like this. She was not having fun. And so I tapped her on the shoulder. I said, hey, lady. I tapped her, and yelled in her ear, hey, the bar sells earplugs for 50 cents. And Carol, the look on that girl's face, I could have had that girl as much as I wanted, which was nothing. But she was very pretty, don't get me wrong, I'm just gay. But she practically fell on me thanking me. Oh, thank you. And she ran off to the bar to get some earplugs. I can't believe you people were at Mertzbau, you 20-nothing kids, with no earplugs. Oh, trust me, I get tinnitus, that ringing sound sometimes. I don't get it permanently, but I get it. And I love music. I'm 49 years old. I love music. I want to keep loving music. So I wore earplugs to any show that was loud and I spent 15 minutes at Mertzbau because, Carol, the premier Japanese noise practitioner in the world comes, 2 miles from your house. You gotta go. Mertzbau's coming. What? Mertzbau? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But I could only stand it for 15 minutes. There was a time, and there are specific concerts I remember from my youth. It doesn't feel that long ago, Carol, where I know I did horrible damage to my ears, and I regret it. And there are specific shows I remember, John Zorn's Cobra, other shows at the Cat's Cradle in Chapel Hill, other shows where I remember sitting there without earplugs and loving it and thinking to myself, oh God, this is stupid. And it was. Okay, done. Hopscotch. Now, this weekend is Sparkcon. So all you people that didn't go out to Hopscotch, Sparkcon is awesome. There's tons and tons of stuff happening. But all you got to do, you don't even need to know what's going on at Sparkcon. They have schedules. You can go to sparkcon.com or org. I forget. What is it, Carol?
I don't know, but your Twitter page can...
Okay, I'll tell them. Sparkcon.com or org. I think it's org. Anyway, it's a bunch of people doing cool art, strange circus type stuff. There's going to be fire people. There's a fire parade. They've got Fayetteville Street blocked off with all kinds of art and these pods, these big shipping containers filled with art. Sparkcon is this weekend, and I know, just wander around downtown. And parents, you got kids, teenagers, preteens, what's the pupil stage called? The larval stage. What do they call the larval stage before preteen? There's a word for that, isn't it? No, adolescent is preteen. Like 10. What's the word for 10-year-old? What's the category that 9 and 10-year-olds fit? There's got to be a word for that, right? Anyway, bring those kids downtown. Friday night, there's going to be fire people, there's going to be the circus. There's going to be all kinds of cool stuff all weekend long as part of Sparkcon. If you're new to town, come to Raleigh. See what's happened to Raleigh. Just over the last 5 or 10 years, Carol, maybe 5 or 7 years, right? The last 5 years have seen an insane explosion of great stuff happening downtown. Restaurants, bars, blah-de-blah, but people, galleries, new stuff, all kinds of weird street life. Sparkcon this weekend. Go. Bring your kids. You'll love it. Just wander around downtown. Just hop on your bike and ride around downtown. All right, what do we got next? Can we do Peace College? Oh, yeah. There we go. What is up with William Peace University? What is up with William Peace University, formerly known as Peace College? the all-women's college, now it's men and women. They are buying Seaboard Station, and they expect us to believe that they're not going to use it for dorms. Carol, there was an article in Inside Higher Education today. You know where I found it? Gawker. Gawker. William Peace University made the front page of Gawker today. You know what the title of the article was? Idiots. Yep, idiots. That was the main tag on the article. And the point was, the Inside Higher Education article about William Peace University was that they're spending 2/3 of their endowment, $21 million of their $33 million endowment, on a real estate deal for the land next to them. And the neighbors, everybody's been complaining that they're buying this neat little retail hub, and Raleigh downtown needs retail, right? And Peace College is now saying, oh, well, our students work in these restaurants. Our students eat at these restaurants. Our students work in those retail places. Yeah, right, a lot of William Peace University women are working at Ace Hardware, Carol. Yeah, a lot of them. And those are bars, right? You can't bartend if you're not 21, right? I guess that could be waitresses. We'll see. I think a relatively tiny percentage of Peace University's student body is doing any kind of work at Seaboard Station. But William Peace University is trying to make it seem like, oh no, we would never, never, never get rid of those businesses because our students work there and shop there. We love that, we need that, blah, blah, blah. But if you go to the Inside Higher Education article that's linked to my Twitter page, you will find that students are now currently being bused 7 miles away from Peace College to an apartment complex way over in Cary, or near Cary, on the western part, you know, on the fairgrounds side of town. Right? There we go. On the fair, so Peace College, or whatever, William Peace University, I'm just going to say Peace. Peace is busing students 7 miles to dorms 7 miles away and spending 2/3 of its endowment to buy a shopping center on land right next to the university. And Peace College is simultaneously trying to tell you and me that we're going to leave that retail as it is. Actually, Carol, what they're saying now, oh, it's premature. Yeah, it's a little premature to talk about the future there. We're being screwed, we're being lied to by Peace University. Downtown Raleigh is going to lose a shopping retail hub. There used to be a grocery store there. Unfortunately, it got mismanaged out of existence. But that would be a great spot for a grocery store. We're getting lied to. I guarantee you, Carol, within 3 to 4 years, William Peace University is going to be building dorms on that land. And they'll say, oh, all you businesses, yeah, it'll be about 6 months to a year and a half, and you're welcome back. You're welcome to come back. Yeah, that's how they'll do it. Oh, yeah, come back when the construction's done, and we'd love to have you. But what business can survive a year and a half being gone, out of existence? They'll move elsewhere. We all know how this is going to play out. Peace College is going to build dorms on that land, and they're refusing to tell us. Carol, 2 more things. The Inside Higher Education article, like the N&O, has been pointing out that, get this, Carol, do you know any other university that does this? Peace is refusing to provide the names of the people on its board of trustees right now. A university. They are saying, no, well, you might later find out the names of our boards of trustees people. The Inside Higher Ed article quotes a former president of Peace College saying, that's weird. Why? On what planet would a university not announce publicly the names of the people on its board of trustees? I think Art Pope's on there, Carol. That's why. I think that's why. They know he's a hot, I think it's Art Pope. Why else would a university, is there any other university in North Carolina that doesn't announce who's on its board of trustees? Now, we will find out who's on the board of trustees when they because there are, there's all kinds of rules about universities and boards and blah, blah, blah. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a lover. I'm not a lawyer. I like that, Carol. I'm a lover, not a lawyer. So, all I know is that eventually there'll be some kind of financial reports and we'll find out the names of these people, unless Art Pope's already left by then, Carol. And they're waiting until Art Pope can, they'll keep him on, they'll use him, and then, seriously, that's got to be what it is. It's got to be Art Pope. Why else would William Peace University, what university doesn't want to tout the people on its board of trustees? This is just weird. That's just shady business. So somebody on the board of trustees is highly controversial, and William Peace University doesn't want us knowing. That's what's up. Yep. Yep. It's got to be Art Pope. It's got to be. The other thing that's really strange about William Peace University is that there was a quote from someone whose family started a scholarship fund. Former head of the Alumni Association, $90,000 scholarship fund. And she says, named after her father, she says that she can't get a straight answer from Peace University about, she can't get a, quote, coherent list of the students who've been given the scholarship money from her dad's fund. She can't get a list. She says we've had nothing but trouble getting a basic list of who's gotten this scholarship that we set up from William Peace University.
Shady.
Carol, that is, thank you. Thank you. Carol's like, shady. That is totally shady. Why is the family of someone who's got a scholarship fund named after him at William Peace University having trouble finding out where the money's going? A lot of people are saying because they're using it to buy this seaboard station, which is not what the donors intended. Are they using donor money the way donors intended? Well, it would be nice if the donors could get a straight answer. Now, the Inside Higher Ed article didn't get a direct response on that point from William Peace University. But again, what we're hearing is that it is premature to talk about, according to William Peace University, it is premature to talk about the future of Seaboard Station because they haven't finished the deal yet. Meanwhile, their students are clamoring for new dorms closer to the campus. And the university just is buying all this land closer to campus. And trying to, oh man, Carol, just don't pee on my head and tell me it's raining. That's all I ask, William Peace University, and that's what William Peace University is doing. They're peeing on Raleigh's head and telling Raleigh, oh look, it's a summer shower. Oh, I can't say that. Shh, you didn't hear that. Did you hear that? Carol, we could say that. We could. But no, I won't. Did you hear about the Dallas Gay Pride Parade, Carol? They're telling people they can't wear underwear on the floats anymore. They have to wear bathing suits. Like that's going to make a difference. That's just a challenge. That's just a challenge to the gays. The gays are going to be like, oh, bathing suit? Okay. There's going to be more bikinis on guys this year at the Dallas Gay Pride Parade than there ever was. A thong. Yeah, bikini bottoms. That's a bathing suit. That's just stupid. Telling the gay pride people that, oh, you can't wear underwear, because most of them were wearing, Joe Boxers or something, whatever the gay people are into this year. Boxer briefs. I like boxer briefs, but then I also like boy shorts when I'm doing drag, because they keep everything intact. So I'm perhaps not the best, and you know what I mean by boy shorts, people, right? Okay, girls do. The girls know what I mean by boy shorts. Yeah, they're called boy shorts because they're for girls. So telling gay people you can't wear underwear, you have to wear bathing suits. That's just a challenge. So what are we talking about now?
Orson Scott.
Oh yeah, Orson Scott Card. That was good. I intended that segue. So Phil Berger, the Senate pro tem of like Lusitania something, I don't know, what is his title? He's trying to beat Kay Hagan. But Kay Hagan is beating herself. Seriously, she's in favor of the bombing of Syria. How can I vote for that? I think Kay Hagan is kind of dumb. I mean, she's no Phil Berger or Tom Tillis, better than them. But Kay Hagan strikes me as just not very politically astute. She does. I don't know. All right. But she's a senator, so she got this far. But supporting Obama on bombing Syria when the majority of North Carolina is against it in the year before you're up for what's looked to be a close Senate race, you're an idiot. Fine, support diplomacy, Kay Hagan. Don't say I'm going to vote to give Obama the right to bomb another country that never attacked us. She's dumb, Carol. She's playing with fire. All right, so Phil Berger announces this week that Orson Scott Card, an incredibly homophobic science fiction writer who wrote Ender's Game, which I liked, Carol. Have you read it? No. The movie's coming out with Harrison Ford. There's a big movement on to boycott it because he's not just homophobic, he's vehemently anti-Obama. If you go to the article where about the story, you'll see some of the quotes. I mean, he's talked about overthrowing the government, and Obama's a Nazi, and just really, really fringe, far-right, lunatic stuff. Well, Phil Berger just appointed him to the board of UNC Television. Yeah. It's, boy, I want to be a fly on the wall at those meetings, huh? He's a lunatic, he's deranged, but he's particularly vehement on gay stuff. Hate-filled, awful, anti-gay rants. Now, what does that mean to you, Carol, usually? Usually. What does that mean?
Closet case.
Closet case. You're right. It seems clear to me that something strange is going on with Orson Scott Card and gay issues. Something really weird is happening there. Anyway, 3 minutes? Okay. Anyway, it's worth looking. I know people like Ender's Game, the book. I liked Ender's Game, the book, enough to read the sequel, Speaker for the Dead. I thought it was interesting. There's a lot of interesting discussion about Ender's Game online, and how basically what Orson Scott Card did is create the perfect, morally pure, genocidal killer. It's interesting, fascinating. One of the guys who wrote the main essay about this, John Kessel, teaches English, creative writing at NC State. He's also a science fiction writer. He wrote a fantastic essay, not calling Orson Scott Card a Nazi or saying the book's Nazi, but just pointing out how what Orson Scott Card accomplished in Ender's Game was created a perfectly morally, or attempted anyway, a perfectly morally pure genocidal killer. It's fascinating stuff. Anyway, so there's a movement on to boycott Ender's Game, the movie, with Harrison Ford, because, and I love sci-fi movies, Carol. I love me some sci-fi. You put something in outer space, and I'm like, I'm there. I'm like there like this. This is me with an outer space movie. I love me some outer space. Y'all know what I mean. Gravity? Does that Gravity movie not look great? It's unfortunate it has Juliette Moore. And you like her? No. I didn't mean that I don't like her. I was going to say, you interrupted me, Carol. And George Clooney, because Hollywood stars distract me from interesting movies. I see George Clooney, I see Juliette Moore. You know what I'm saying? Do you see my point? I like Juliette Moore, I just never want to see her in a movie again. Same thing with George Clooney. You people know what I mean. You see the star, you don't see the character. Tom Cruise is like that too. There's no character every time you see him. It's Tom Cruise. Look at that, Tom Cruise is in a movie, right? You people, anyway, there's this movie Gravity. Instead of Ender's Game, Be sure, or maybe both, whatever, but be sure you see Gravity. It's by the guy that directed Children of Men, Carol. You know him? You know that movie?
Yeah.
That was a good sci-fi movie. Gravity. It's supposed to be incredible. All the reviews from the Toronto Film Festival are cream in their pants.
20 seconds.
All right, we got 20 seconds. If Obama, can we put up number 6, Carol? Here we go, 10 seconds. If the offer to destroy Syrian weapons was agreeable to Obama, why didn't he make it? Why wasn't he saying it? Why did he let Putin overcome?